Nice, Tony. Welcome on in. You are early? No, you were waiting. I know. I know. Did I say good morning? I don't know. It's at this point I'm in the tiredness. Robin's Pie, hi. I think Stoney's in both streams right now. Maddie, hi. Welcome on in. I think you did the same thing, right? I think you three did the exact same thing of abandoning my stream. Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I was also lurking in my stream. So, we're good, we're good. All is good, all is fine. All happened for a reason. It's all good. It's, yeah, everything is fine. Everything is okay. So, we got light. We got some light. Yes. Is that fine? That's fine. I guess. But that's not what I want to see. I want to see this. Yes. Thank you. That's better. White Panther. Hi. I do know that White Panther. If you look closely, in the corners of that dock, the alerts right there are fucked up, and I can't change the radius, so it's a smaller radius for no reason, and I hate it. So yeah, it's bad. It is bad. I hate it. So at some point I will need to do something about it. And when we have alerts, however, on the other corner, they are perfectly aligned to the extent that you can do aligning radius right here. But yeah, I absolutely agree. My radiuses need some work, and the camera itself doesn't even have the same radius as the dock in that specific scene right here. It's a tad bit smaller than the dock itself. It's like in between the socials and the dock. So, I know. My bad. My bad. I know. I knew that. I knew that. I knew that. These things. I am Rageous Man, yes. I am Rageous in Shadows. I do Rageous in Shadows. That's most of the time the things that I'm pushing Stony on. Like making sure that Rageous on stuff is matching with other outer radiuses and all that. Right? These stuff, but one day I'll stop or not. I don't know. Probably not. Yeah, probably not. I mean, when you see the amount of issues we have with radiuses and shadows on most of the designs across the web, you would agree with specializing and being pointy on making sure that people do them properly. But hey, right? We can't have everything. Like the thing that I wish we saw more often was good transparent shadows and like color-coded shadows. I think that's the best thing. Cat, hi, welcome on in. That's a nice emote. That's a cat bag emote. I like that. But like as a teeny tiny example, I know we talked about that before. But if we get like a butt, can I find a button, please? Yes, thank you. If we get like a button right there, and let's say you have a shadow in there, and you use one of the regular shadows. Let's use, bitch. If you use the base shadow, right? Base shadow, very sad, very ugly. I don't like it. If you use an adequate shadow here, that would be something around, I don't know, probably in the 16 range with a blur of 24 and a spread of -8. That's an adequate type shadow with a black based. And then if you use what I prefer to have, which is you take the color of the button itself at 40%, and sometimes you just do that. And it's a subtle difference. It's a subtle difference, but it creates overall a teeny tiny thing of detail when it's on a light background, right? But just it makes it looks finished and polished, and then so that's for button and color buttons things. But if you had, I don't have a 69 comment, not yet. If you have like, thank you, appreciate that. If you had like a picture, let's use my regular picture because it's pretty good, and you do the same basic treatment with how it's supposed to work. I mean, how it's supposed to work, how I like it to work. So here you just add a shadow, which is the basic one. Here, let's just duplicate this one. Bitch. My bad. And then here, the official shadow that should happen but never happened because people are lazy. That's the approach that I like for images, for shadows for images. It's a bit annoying to create because you need like a secondary layer or secondary div with the same image. So you load the image twice, not exactly, but kinda. You can load like a low resolution version of the image, and then you blur it to create that shadow effect. So basically, what happens is you have the same image behind it blurred, and that creates this this cool looking shadow thingy, if I can say that. Yeah, it's pretty nice, and it's nicer overall than the black shadow. Most devs will use the black shadow. It makes sense because it's easy to do. But I think that this is just creating this transparency glass-ish type effect that feels better overall. I don't know. It's a preference. It's a personal preference. But I also, in terms of performance, I do understand that it needing to load the image twice, not the best option. But it's cleaner. I don't know. I like it better. I like it better. And then if you have Ripcord, thanks a lot for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome on in. How are you? Who are you? How did you find the stream? I kind of want to know. Welcome on in. Let's see. Nature, maybe. If you have like something that is a bit more like with different colors at the bottom, usually nature has some really nice thing, but it has, personally speaking, as always, it has a nice feel to it. I don't know really how to explain it. It's just, I think it looks better. Right? Get rid of green, give it all yellow. Whatever. Stony, you want to do that? Right, and so that is also true. On some type of images, it doesn't show the effect because, right, it doesn't fall through, or slightly, so you lose some depth here and there. I don't know. Anywho, I like that. Details. I had like an entire file dedicated to shadows and understanding shadows, in terms of Figma usage, and it's not exactly dev related, but it kind of works on dev work as well. But I have an entire file, or pages specific, with interactive components made to do workshop on shadows, because they said I like shadows and radiuses. And so you say where? I think maybe on these cards you could have a bit of a shadow thing happening here and there. Not exactly these ones. Maybe the posters on here, because you don't have, or you're not supposed to have. That was a nice screenshot of my face. You're not supposed to have like a really big bottom section on the posters, and I forgot how it's called, backdrops. I think you call them backdrops in there. So right in here you could have like if you get rid of the gradient, you could have that effect underneath, but it's loading things for no specific reasons, and it might break some stuff here and there, specifically because your background is usually dark. So that's just a thing, just an ID, not necessary, just an ID. But yeah, I'm pretty good. And Khalil recommended me. Nice. I hope his stream was good. If he's still streaming, I don't know. So welcome on in. Where if you want to like introduce yourself, of if you are a dev, designer, starting, not starting, all that, feel free to do so. But yeah, if you have any question, as always, feel free to ask. I will do my best to help. So yeah, Stony. Yeah, there shouldn't be the gradient thingy, but I think we have had this issue for a long time now, where it just pops in for some reason, that gradient, because you used the same component twice, I think. But right, you can see that this radius is breaking the. The gradient is breaking the radius ish, kinda. It's a bit annoying. I hate when rendering is doing this. I still haven't found a solution for this. It's been driving me crazy for no reason, because sometimes it doesn't do it, sometimes it does do it, and I don't understand. Rosia, hi, welcome on in. How are you too? I am pretty good. I hope we can have a longer-ish stream today, because it's Friday, most likely, but also because we didn't do much yesterday. But we still did things, and I'm still not entirely happy with the result that we had. Oh, that's interesting. You have this weird thing happening with your spacing, Stony. Every time that I get rid of the sidebar, the space that I have in between that bar and that section, right? Because it's I think it's a viable, or it's a viable value based on the window width, right? Or viewport size. So here it's smaller than here. It's interesting. I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I like it. I need to have dimension and probably. Oh yeah, that's true. I think that's it. Let me get rid of Japan, right? Because we don't need. I need a story time for this one. I was using one of the websites that they used in Japan, and didn't use it since I came back, and so I just logged in today. When I tried to get in, they said for security reasons, we do not allow the usage of our website outside of Japan. So I said, you know what, that's fair. Let me just run the VPN and I will have access to it, which is what I did. I got access. And then after like an hour, they said, your login was revoked. You've violated our terms of services. So bye-bye. So I got banned from this fucking website. I'm sad. I will find a way to get back in there, but yeah, it's shit happens. We'll see about it later. Anyways, that's a side story. That is a side story. Oh, that's a bug. That's a nice bug, is it? Oh, it works every time. That's pretty. Is it a me thing? Like, is it me needing to do something because I like a cached some. Was it the you thing? That scroll back to where you were. That's neat. Thank you. I appreciate that. I know we talked about it before, so that's cool. That is cool. So let's see. It's a great thing. Let's see if it breaks again. Kind of want to try it out. So you have this, and then you go to home. Okay, it wasn't a VPN issue. Good to know. Good to know. I need you to tell me things. That doesn't help. Business administration, interesting. Yeah. Yeah. No, it doesn't stop loading. It's just like tickling Lara Croft right now. That's what we do around here. We tickle Lara Croft sides, ribs. I don't know. It's fun to have the fucking loading thing. So interestingly enough, when I went to the library and then came back to home, the background reloaded, But then if I just go to home directly, it keeps the background. That's interesting. Well, read chords placed then. As always, do not talk about your age. That's the thing. It's not exactly welcome on Twitch chat most of the time. I mean, if you want to, you can, but I would rather you not tell me how old you are, depending on things. Shit can happen. Anyways, if you are in your 20s ish, I would recommend testing and trying out as much stuff as possible if you have the ability to do so, and that you can allocate some time for testing things out. Would really recommend you to do that, because even though, right, we have short-ish lives right now, short being like usually around the 80 years old most of the time. Right, test things out in your 20s, and then you have like a bit of time to do the thing that you like the most in the stuff that you tried out before. So I think it's better to experiment when you're younger and then focus on something. And also, that's for later. If at some point in your life you are thinking about testing out something new, do it. If you can, if you can afford to take the time to do it, do it. Even if it feels like you will lose other things in the main stuff that you're doing. Moving to something a bit different can be interesting. For example, for me, streaming wasn't something that I wanted to do for a long time, and then at some point I said, you know what, it could be interesting, let me try it out. And I kind of enjoy it. I can't deny that. So, you never know, right? You never know. It might take over my main job if at some point it's good enough, financially speaking. But for now, probably not. Anyways, just test things out. That should be the main takeaway from what I'm saying. So, Stony, the thing that I was about to say, right, is maybe I want to take this main panel thing. I think it's this one. No, it's this one, right? It's the main that has like the radius just on one side. I can't find it. I might be wrong. If you can help me here a tad, that would be appreciated. I'm trying to find the it's the container above the scroll container. The scroll container is here, so scroll container is that? Really? Or just, no, header. No, so it's the scroll container itself, I guess. I don't fucking know. Right? Right. I can't read. Everything is too small. I can't see shit. No more. Let me put you at the bottom for a second. Sometimes that helps. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for. Like we have the rounded top left 3XL, which is, I think, is what it is, right? That's that right there. 3XL is 1.5 rem. Can I change that? I mean, you told me this, but I think I can't. Yeah, because it's not rendered. Yeah, right. Oh shit, my bad. I mean, you should have the class view somewhere, but I don't want the top left. I just want the entire thing. So, right. I will just check if I can do, so it's a border dash radius, right? Yep. And it's 1.5 rem, and that's important, even though that's not good, but anyways, right? What do you mean? How do I always get the items with huge images? As in here? I don't know. I mean, it's nice. It works. It makes the title not readable. We like that. We like that. Anywho, what I wanted to have, and I don't know if it will work, but so I need that value as an inner shadow, and it needs to be like, let's say -8 0 0, and let's make that 100% here so that we have a base. That color should be specific, but I don't have, right? Box shadow in set, that's the thing that I need right here. And so I want this can you do that? Can you add this to your container? I think to be equal, I need to be at 20. Not seeing anything. All right. Take a peek at this section, right here, right? It has, with the box shadow here, if I get rid of it, I mean, if I get rid of my radius at the top, first of all, but if I add the radius to everything, and then I add the shadows taking the same color as the background, you get that card effect that I designed in the first place that you've never put in place. And the idea with this is getting the scroll bar inside of that shadow, which makes it look like it's outside of the frame, even though it's not, and still inside. So if you want that thing, let me paste that in chat. right there. And then the radius is just a radius of 1.5 rem on everything rather than just the top left. So just change that value right here. I used pure black right now. I don't know if that's exactly the same color that you have in the background. I think it's not, but we never know. So that gives us this pretty nice overall card around the content. I think is better. And I don't know why, but like the scroll bar disappeared. But that's kind of nice. I did it visually. I might have made a mistake in the amount that it needs to be. I think for you specifically, you are using calc to define the sizes of that green thing, the spacing. So I'm guessing for you where is that fucking thing? Right, because you define the spacing on the left based on the width of the scroll bar, right? That's what you do, right? Your scroll bar is like a calc var scroll bar width, which basically time 2. Why time 2? I don't know. Anyways, that value, that calc of the scroll bar width is basically the amount that you need to have in the inset pixel of the box shadow. I don't know if that works though. It's not showing the radius for you because you didn't do a full radius on everything? Or do I need to refresh? Let me just get rid of what I did so that I have the base clean thing. Hugo, hi, welcome on in. Basti, hi, welcome on in. How are you both of you? How was your day? How is your day going? All that. I feel like we have like a delay on the changes, and also it's not right in it. Yeah, that value is 24, and then here I did 22, right? Oh no, it's 24 as well. Well, I'm pretty good, I guess. You're a little lost. That's fine. What do you need? Can I help? How can I help? The calc needs to be in the messages that I sent earlier, right? I have the inset of -20 pixel. That's where the calc needs to happen, because it needs to be equal on both sides of the of here. Right there and right there needs to be the same thing because of the way that you build things. So I guess that's it. Since you've not been here since I came back, Hugo, I'm back to France. Maybe you know that, I don't know. It looks the same now. I have the same chair as before, so right, back to France for now, because the 3 months visa, no visa, expired, and I will probably go back in the next 3 months, or probably in 3 months, to be able to stay there again for 3 months, or if I can, I will move there forever. We'll see. But yeah, there are plans. And for today, what we are up to, I'm trying to get Stony to finally do the thing that I wanted him to do about 3 months ago, but never did it. So, not his fault. It's mainly my fault, because I pushed a specific type of design the first time, and then I changed it, and I didn't really talk about it as much as I do today. So right, that's my fault, my bad. Didn't explain myself. That makes sense. But yeah, I wish to be a digital nomad. I would love to be able to do like working from everywhere, and that would be amazing. But yeah, Nishid, hi, welcome back. How are you today? Alice in Borderland. Is pretty nice. We watched everything on Christmas, New Year time thingy. And yeah, the season 2, the end of the season 2 was just a bit weird. Even though. Do you need me to code, Stony? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, if you haven't seen Alice in Borderland, it's some kind of battle royale Japanese TV show, which is interesting-ish. There are some things happening that, I don't know. I think the season 1 is a good base, and then they decided to do season 2, and there are some talk for season 3 that makes no sense. I mean, to me, after the season 2 they should end there, but right, if you haven't seen it, watch it. I don't want to say anything. And yeah, I don't know. It's the word that comes to mind is subject, but it's not subject. I think it's a type of TV show or movie that already exists, right? It's like the story itself exists in different places. It's just a different twist because Japanese version, but also I don't know. Watch it if you want to. It's interesting. And Hugo, I guess you can guess my favorite character or person in the TV show. I guess you can guess that. What do you mean minus calc? Oh, I mean, indeed, indeed. I saw his face first, and I said, "Ah." Let me see if I can find a picture so you understand. No, it's cheap. Right? That's the character. So of course, the blonde hair, and he has a very nice face. Has a very nice face overall. Do you like his face? Pretty interesting. He looks small. I think he is kind of small-ish, but then, right, when he has like brown hair, he looks very different. That's interesting. Why do you have the -1 pixel inside? I'm confused right there, as you can probably see my face. Extremely confused by the... the values. Anyways, this actor will also be playing another character in a secondary TV show, which is Tokyo Revenger, and he will play this character right here, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, right, we'll see how it goes. Anywho, derail ended. So let me check. So here, what I said was box shadow, and then it's like inset. And then you get a calc, but I don't want a calc. For me, it was a minus 22 pixel, 0 pixel, 0 pixel, and then pure black, because you have, right? That's what I have. So when I do this, it goes through, because it's a pure value right here. However, can you minus the I mean, you said you asked the same thing. Can you minus calc? Like, can you do minus parenthesis calc? Like, is that a thing that is an option? So you said 5 pixel times 2 closing multiplied by minus 1 pixel. That's weird. That is multiplied by minus 1 pixel, but anyways, right. Can you get rid of the pixel values? Is that an option? I get rid of the... No, I can't. Interesting. So it seems to be better to have like a solid value, maybe, but that doesn't really work. You know what? Let me try something. Can I minus and then you start? I don't know if that's an option, but anyways, let me check. So you do fireball, scroll bar, dash width. That's your variable. That doesn't seem to work.
Design just resubscribed for 20 months. Sekid one poor wave.
Fucking 20 months. Well, go on in, Seki. How are you? I hope your day is good. I hope you fixed the browser source issues. Or not yet, I don't know. But yeah. Inset, do I need like a parenthesis to start a var? Is that a thing? No, it's not. Damn it. Anywho. Right, the solution kind of makes sense in a way. Keeping the same thing with the source mirror, I think that will help, and then just cropping it to get the same thing here and there. My main thing for you would be to, one of the ideas that I had when you explained it to me was potentially getting the one singular browser source with like a dock in OBS itself, and then the browser source itself has the bottom layout and the vertical layout set up in the same thing, but just you crop these. But then when I thought about it, it's easier to have the three elements because they are the same three elements, just either stacked vertically or stacked horizontally. So just get the three things and then replace them depending on the scene that you are on. I think that's better, like much faster. But yeah, I don't know. Oh, did you do it, Stony, or is it a me thing? I mean, I don't have any thing. I mean, if you wanted to, yeah, it could happen, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Do you have the time to rebuild everything in code? I also feel like the transitions will not exactly work if you have the entirety of the thing in code. Unless you do stingers. That's always the thing, right? If you do stingers transition in between scenes, which, as you know, I don't like I rather have visual transition in between my scenes. But stingers will just fix this and make you avoid any issues, so you could build everything in code. And the stingers itself could be the trigger to switching the state, right? So yeah, I appreciate the attention, Danny. Welcome on in. How are you? I'm pretty good. Thanks for asking. So Stony, it works, but I don't understand what happened. Yeah. Can you change? Can you? You're gonna hate me. You're gonna hate me for sure. Can you change the radius to be on all corners, not just top and bottom, top left and right? Like, can it be on everything? Is that an option? Right? Because if you take a look at the original design, right, that we had, I know it's not extremely visible, but the you know what, let me change that color so that you can see potentially. Right, the bottom section of that thing also has the spacing padding thingy. So what did I use? Right, that was the main idea, getting like a card, very inspired by the Arc browser and all the new things that I've been playing with. Oh, we went back to purple yesterday. Yes. So the idea is to get like the same value space at the bottom of the page. Yes, like this. Exactly, and you can use the same shadow to get the same effect. You still have like a bit of an issue on the bottom left. I don't know why exactly. Maybe it's not cropping or cropping but not getting it. I don't know. I don't know why, but oh, because you're doing like a border thing, I guess. But yeah, that's the idea. I mean, for me for now. But yeah, one thing at a time. So we changed the theme yesterday with. We need to change that to purple while we were testing out stuff. But we can change theme anyway, so it's pretty clean. I like that. Let me check that value right here. Oh, it's 2. It's 2. It's good. It's good. It's 24 on both sides. Officially, it looks more on the left than on the right, but I think that's just a visual thing. However, I don't know if that's a me thing or if it's the shadow that is going on top of the scroll bar. But the scroll bar disappeared, and it used to be here. Weird. I don't know. Oh. I see things. I see things that you can't see on stream. I think. Yeah, you can't see that on stream. Mainly because they already have like a radius on the capture, so it round the thing better. Anyways, what do you mean? I don't change it every day. I just changed it yesterday, 2 days ago. I mean, you used the scroll bar earlier today, it was good, and I think the shadow is just overlapping on top of the scroll bar thingy. So maybe on Windows we will have some issues. So I kind of want to check the Windows version to see how it works, right? Because maybe that's a change that needs to happen. We'll see. We'll see. Do we have like a bit of a... We do. Ah, yeah, also I'm on Windows 11, so of course. Of course. You know what, Denny? You might have mistaken something because the previous version of the score was an animated color cycling. So it was animated, but because it was so heavy, sometimes it's just stuck on one color. So you might have had your cursor on my message, it loaded something, and then when you came back, it was another color. Might be the case. But I didn't change the skull, the animated skull, for the past 4 months, I think, 4 to 5 months. And then I think I can go back to the messages that we had with Stony when he complained about the green. But yeah. To cover what? I like that borders thingy. I think it's still weird, anyways. That's also that might be the case as well. Isn't it because you don't have a padding? I think it rather than having like a shadow thing, I think it would be better to have a padding on the bottom rather than on the on the right, the same thing that you have on the left side. I think it would be better to get it on the bottom as well, as rather than a shadow. Top and bottom shadow, then the scroll bar is visible. Yeah, no, not that. Not that. All right, let's see. Right, we can check things out here. I need that, right? Bitch. My bad. So, get that main container, right there, and we get that thing here. The scroll container is getting the padding margin left, and if you add a margin bottom, I guess, of right, that's your thing, and then you get scroll bar width. Shit, damn it, I'm so used to copy pasting this, but I mean I should be copy pasting this, it's better. Shit. So if I do that, if I add that same value, for some reason, I don't know if that changes anything, it might work. But also you have the double shadow that we had just earlier, so I don't know. I think that should work. What do you think that should work? Not that I know how code work anyways, but yeah. Let me refresh just so I don't have my weird ass thing biasing me, even though, well, it will bias me. So you have the scroll bar, right, that is here, that is visible. But I guess because you have the shadow that goes on top, it's inset. How do you get that? Because it's not clipping. The background of the scroll bar doesn't exist for me on Windows 11, I think. And it wasn't exactly the case or present on the Mac version anyways. But you changed something. I don't know what it is, but you changed something. I got the scroll bar back. So I guess it's just the overlap, I guess. Right, now that the shadow is not present, I don't have, I mean I still have the scroll bar that is visible, or the scroll handle, wagon thing, I forgot how it's called, grab, thumb, I think it's a thumb, it's called a thumb, yes, it's called a thumb. Have a good gym session. See you later, maybe. I don't know. Enjoy the gym. Oh, okay, me too. It turns out I got gym too. Poos. Yes, it's a poos. It's a poos. I don't know. Oh, you gave me back a mustache and eyebrows. Thank you. Appreciate that. The mustache is pretty good. I appreciate the mustache. But the eyebrows. If I could, I wish I could grow them like this. Would be amazing. Kind of look like you. Yeah. Have a fucking red thingy in whichever side it is. I forgot. It's not visible on the camera, but like OBS is reddening things. Like my fingers are more red than they are for real. Don't fry me up when I will change back to the eyebrows. That's... right? Fry bros, yes. This thing just broken. By the way, for anyone who doesn't know, Snap Camera will stop working soon. So we might lose all of our effects, sadly. I'm extremely sad. But that's just because Snap Camera is closing on January 23rd. They said that they will stop all the servers and everything. So if you want to keep your lenses, then you might need to do some stuff. We talked about it last time. Beige, thanks a lot for the raid. I appreciate it. My explosion. Hi.
With 29 viewers.
Ben, welcome on in. How are you? Who are you? How are you? Oh, Beige, how are you? So, Lil Gru. Welcome on in. You're Lil Gru 99 now. Okay, I get that. Welcome on in. So if you don't know who I am, I'm Heoi. I'm the helping designer. We're currently doing some Rageous experiment thingy. And if you don't know Beige, also you just got an ad when you arrive. If you don't know Beige is a, how can I say that? You're a variety streamer that builds stuff usually. And
DR00 is now following.
Except for the follow, doing a lot of keyboard and other OBS things as well, which is pretty cool.
Is now following.
Did you, by the way, Beige, did you do the Snap Camera shenanigans of locking the firewalls and all that? Or not yet? I tried it. I disagree. I think the thing that you do on your end are more how can I say that? Complex, and the thing that I do on my end are more designed, if that makes sense. So they look different, but they are very simple, right? They are just crop and transform, as you will see in a second, right? These things, crop and transform, that's it. But that's all. And yeah, Maddie, I tried to do the firewall thingy. I just need to get the right stuff somewhere. I cached everything on my computer On Windows, yes, on Windows. Not on Mac. Mac doesn't. It won't work anyways. And then I'm also thinking about getting the third-party apps from whichever repo it was. I forgot. Mac sucks. Depends. I kind of disagree, but I agree. But I kind of disagree. I think Macs are good for some things, like specific things, but for flexibility and customization, Windows is better overall. And then for security, Linux is better. But yeah. That is kind of true, yes. Cat, welcome back. I kind of disagree. It depends on what you do. So if you are someone who games, yes, of course, a gaming computer might be better. If you think about some games that runs on Metal, then Macs are better. Or some things that run on Metal. For example, Blender, even though with the 3080 Ti that I have, Blender runs smoothly and smoother. I have like faster rendering times on my Mac than I have on my PC, right? So it's a thing that happened. But if you're a gamer, if you game a lot, and if you like, I mean, if you are a gamer, a Windows machine would be better. But if you are not a gamer, a Mac machine is usually a better option overall for productivity. But right, there is different crowds and different needs. I like both, as I said, right. This what you're looking right here is the Mac, and this is the PC. So I have both. I use both on the daily. Different use cases. Yeah, I had the same potential thing. I just, for streaming, I do prefer Windows still. Do prefer Windows. Oh, we have an issue on the background. Interesting. I didn't expect that to happen today, but it happened. Okay, fine. I just saw it. It's okay. It's okay. That's also true. Yes. Thank you. So OBS Mac is another thing, Cat. I can't recommend anyone to use OBS Mac. It's not good. But but the rest of the UI of macOS is pretty good. I mean, as a designer, we are on the designer stream, so of course, right, biased. I mean, Maddie, think about it. That's the simple thing that I hate about OBS Mac. When you want to add a browser source or an image source or whatever, right, that is based on a file on your machine, you say, I want a browser source, okay, I want to look in my directory where it is. If you select something from there, the window that you were setting up things on is going under the main window of OBS. So you are losing the setting things. You need to expand and then bring back that window to the front, which is making absolutely no sense. I don't understand why. I think it's just like how macOS is getting the window management thing going, but that's the most annoying thing, specifically when you are trying to set up a new OBS, like scene and transition and all that. You need these properties at the front because every time you want to get a new property thing, it says you have unsaved changes on something else that you lost, basically. So it makes no sense. Rather than on Windows, whenever you have that property thing, it just stays on top. You select the thing, and then until you click save, it stays on top. So that's one of the main thing that makes me hate OBS Mac mainly. Then the rest is pretty cool. The rest works. The text now has been kind of fixed. It's still less good than the Windows one, but nah, can't do everything. And then you have an eGPU, so that's different, but the encoder is not as good for streaming. But yeah, you can't do that, Cat. I don't think it works. I don't think it works exactly as you expect it to work. Yeah, but it's still not like NVENC or AV1. I mean, AV1 maybe soon, but not exactly yet. Why? Because it's not exactly written in the same... It's the same language, but it's not the same arrangement. It's weird. It's weird. The AV1, when Twitch allows it, in a way, I mean, Twitch kind of allows it, but it's a bit weird. Anyways. And Lil Gru, thanks a lot again for the follow. I mean, you say follow AOA, but yeah. Oh, they added ProRes encoder? That's interesting. And welcome, Maddie. Stony, what the fuck are you trying to do? I'm seeing highlight of the scroll bar for some reason. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. Okay, I will have to check it out. I mean, if you use the thing that I talked about earlier with the shadow, you don't see the scroll bar anyways, right? Because if for some reason you can't get Sassy, hi, welcome on in. Have a good look. Like, I don't understand. I mean, I do understand, but I kind of want this as an effect. So it means that the scroll bar needs to be above the content. Beige, have a good rest of your night. Thanks a lot for the raid again. I appreciate it. For anyone who hasn't followed Beige yet, please do so. If you like makers and crafting things. And yeah. Go sleep. I appreciate you. Take care of yourself. And I know it's late for you. Do you think you lose the border? I don't think we can. I mean... That is indeed the time. Scrolls the border scroll with it. You sure? Sorry. Can you add a div? So, okay. Right. That's perfect. If you can stay on that view without adding the content, that's perfect to place things out. Is there an option for you to add a div, the width of the scroll bar, inside of the main content, right here, but keeping the scroll bar on that? I mean, it's a bit. Okay, let me Figma design that thing so that you can understand kind of better. So you have your main container that has, if I remember correctly, that has that. Can I orange this? Yes, I can. That has the margin on the left side, and what I said was maybe we should have the margin on the bottom as well, right? And then what I'm saying right now is we could potentially, so in that element you would have your content that is here. So content would be sign, yes, right here. So that's content. And so what I'm saying is potentially get another div inside right here. That would be your scroll bar, and I think your scroll bar, like let's do red so that it's visible. But these two things, I mean, this entire thing is still your main container, and it's just that this div is taking the same color as the background, and it's pushing the main content that gives you the ability then to get the radius thingy working and get that effect. Did that make sense to you, or was it like rumbling for no reason? If is that an option? Not at all. Good. Perfect. Let me see if I can understand with the code. So, if you think that you have your body, parent, right, whichever is the one that has the scroll, I think it's inside of here, right? You know what? Let me just pick that out. So that's your scroll thingy. So I guess what I'm saying is in the main right here, add another div on the right side inside of this in order to have the scroll view. Like you have your div for the rounded border and you have your div for whatever thing that is, but adding a third one, I guess, on the right. Maybe, I don't know. Is learning WordPress useful? I'm finding a lot of company asking for tech support specific WordPress. Yes, so learning WordPress is I don't recommend it, but I agree that most small company are still working with WordPress because they don't have the ability to work with other things. And also bigger, older company have been working with WordPress for a long time, and so they know-ish how to play with it, but not so much. So that's why you have like a lot of support specific jobs things. UK Mad Lads.
Raided my stream with 8 viewers.
Well, come on in. Thanks a lot for the raid. We have raids on top of raids today. That's amazing. How are you? Mad LD, how are you? How was your stream? I've never been in your stream. If I remember correctly, you are doing most of the time dev stuff. Because I know you from Panther and Finite most of the time. But yeah, Sociable, Steve, welcome on in, and X, welcome on in as well. I hope you don't get an ad in the next 5 seconds.
UKMADLZ is now following.
Thanks a lot for the follow, I appreciate it. For those of you who don't know me, I'm AOA, I'm the helping designer. So if you have any design question, feel free to ask. We are currently looking at a bit of a tricky thing in padding and overall layout thing. Whatever. Right? You got Turbo, Turbo is good. I appreciate Turbo so much. Raging at everything with beer. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. I mean, yeah, X, please feel free to do so. But yeah, we do design stuff, we do OBS stuff as well. You will see I mean, you've seen the transition when you arrived, yeah, that's usually what happened in here. We do some weird ass thing with OBS and design stuff. And right now, I'm trying to get this thing right here to look like the design that I made. Here, I'm not doing the coding. Coding is made by Stony Eagle, that you probably know as well from chat everywhere, in any dev work streams that exist on Twitch. So yeah, have a good food time. So yeah, right now we're trying to get like a main content card effect with an outline in a way. It's not exactly visible here because of the way that I built this thing. I think if I do something like this, it might be a tad more visible. A tad, right? So you could make a new background container, but I feel like it will be a lot to like then manage for the resizing. I'm scared of the resizing section of this like secondary background thingy. Kat, you saying trying to be critical about what I spend my time learning right now. Yeah, so learning WordPress. Yes, but no, but yes. I'm trying to get all of the biases that I have toward WordPress out of the window before I tell you to choose something to do. Because mainly my main beef with WordPress is it's kinda it's kind of old, and we have better options today. However, I don't think WordPress will die in the next 5 years, 5 to 10 years. I think it will still be here. It's still like dying in terms of adoption from designers. However, for companies, a lot of companies are still using it, and will still continue to use it in the next 5 to 10 years. So learning it now, as Seke and Sassy said, Like, it's better to learn things that are like more up to date. However, because there is still a large portion of the population in the companies that use WordPress, it's also a good thing to do. It is a tricky question. Thank you for that mind-breaking thing. In my views, it's a waste of time to learn WordPress right now. But also, learning WordPress on its own without the plugins is kind of fast. I think you can learn everything in like 3 days potentially. So if you have 3 days or weekend to spend in like a very in-depth YouTube video, you probably can do that in a bit without practice, and then just do some practice to make sure that you understood what you learned in the last 3 days. But then, right, I mean, it really depends on what you want to do later. If you want to be someone who is called for support, then maybe yes. If you want to be someone who is called to build, then maybe no. Right, I would say that. A support role as in maintenance and making sure that things work and that you have the plugins updated. That's the main thing on WordPress. Like you just need to update the right plugin at the right time. If you update something that is not supported yet, then you might have to update something else, like a different version of PHP for specific plugins, and it's fucking annoying. Whereas other platforms like Squarespace or Webflow, Wix are the same base, but I mean the same type of software website, but they do not require all of this maintenance thing. All of that is taken care of by the company itself. And because WordPress is, if I remember correctly, still an open source project, kinda, ish, then it's not maintained as much, and so that's why we have some issues here and there. So my designer ass tell you not to learn WordPress and to learn Webflow instead, or Wix, but my business ass is telling you that a lot of high valued, high paying companies are still using WordPress anyways, and so you getting to learn like the basic support system thing will help you anyways. So yeah. It's not that difficult, it's just annoying to remember everything, right? From what I learned, and I learned a long time ago, so it has changed since then, but I think it's still similar. I mean, the interface is still similar from where I used it a long time ago. Mostly the support is just making sure that plugins are up to date, making sure that the dependencies are up to date, making sure that the CMS section of the articles or the product pages are up to date and available and easy to understand. But other than that, if it's a support role, as in getting in and making sure that things runs, if it runs before and then it's broken after an update, it's usually just reverting to a previous version of a certain plugin or something like this. But yeah, Mr. Whiskey Smooth, hi, welcome on in. I agree with that statement as well. I hope you're good. So it's okay for cats specifically. I don't think like learning to code would be interesting right now. Could be later, but not exactly. I think specifically Webflow and Wix would be better to learn, but right. Yeah, maybe Framer sites as well. But in terms of in terms of learning, like learning curve and the amount of things that you need to learn, learning Webflow or learning Framer would take you a month to get everything right, I guess. Whereas learning WordPress now, because it has been like living for so long, it's basically a 5-hour YouTube video and that's it. So, right, if you're like me and you put the 5-hour YouTube video in 2x speed, if the person is speaking slowly, then you just get like a 2.5-hour video or 3 hours video in total with P breaks, and you get like basically everything, and you can watch it twice if you need it. Whereas learning Framer, I think it's like an entirely new UI interface and things, and that will take time. And learning Webflow is requiring you to understand some concepts of dev that if you are from the outside of the dev and designer community, you don't really know yet. So that's why I'm like thorn in telling you to learn WordPress because it's easier, but also telling you to learn the new things because they are the new things and they are probably the thing that will be there longer. But WordPress has been here for so long, so right, it's I don't know, and I'm also very concerned about support roles. I don't know if it's exactly what you want to have. Like, from what we talked about before, I am unsure about the needs for support roles. Stony, that might be a bit harder to get, but yeah, it's a point. I get that. I get that you think that you need whatever, but as we said earlier, I forgot who asked that. Who asked that? One sec. Let me find that fucking message. Bitch. My bad. Well, I don't have the message. Anyways. Learning things is cool, and trying things out is better. If you're broke right now and you need money, and you have the ability to do things in the physical world, I would recommend to be like a barista for 3 months. In a place that have a lot of tips, if that's an option. That's faster, and that doesn't really require anything other than coordination, like motor coordination. If that's not your case, fine. But if you really need something that is like internet based and at home, I don't think a support role is as fulfilling, and it could break you mentally in terms of how can I explain that? Yeah, it could easily break you mentally because of the amount of work that needs to be done on making sure that the communication with the clients is good and all that. It's complicated. I'm really not sure that a support role is a good idea, but I mean, you do you. Goofy, hi, welcome on in. A lot of emotes when you arrived. Yeah, I remember that knee surgery thing. Why didn't you decide to stream in French? That is a good question. And Stony, I see the progress that you're doing on the page. I like that a lot. We might need to make it a tad bigger, but we can talk about that later. That's a very good start. Have a good HR call. The reason why I didn't stream in French, mainly because I don't like to speak French for hours. That's one of the first reasons, but also most of the resources online are in English, and most people who are looking for resources online will find them in English. So the people who are susceptible to look at my stream might not understand French, and because I speak English, I thought by speaking English on stream, I'm basically getting like a broader potential audience with the ability to tap into like the US, Canada, and all other countries that speak English, and that's better. Yeah, no, I get that, Cat. I get that. And Mr. Whiskey Smooth, I hate French music with a big H. I hate it. It is, to me, it is one of the worst music that we have, but also, right, I'm talking about the newest things. Most of what French are creating is not so good. Not so good, but yeah, maybe that's because I understand what they say. They are saying, and it's bad. I did the beard once, and I won't do it again. I did the beard once, and I will never do it again. Let me see if I can show you a pic of this, because that is, or was, an experiment. Can I find this? That was a long time ago. No, that's not. It should be around here, I guess. Holy fuck. Sorry. Finding back old pictures. This is real colors, yes. My pillow is blue, which is kind of fun. Where the fuck are these pictures? So let me open this one so that you have one first, and then where is the secondary? Start. Bitch, where you at? You're supposed to be around here. Yes, you are. This one, probably. Okay. So I did pure white. This is a black and white picture, so of course it looks more white per se. But that was fun. It was a fun experiment. However, this was basically 3 days later. And so 3 days later, I got stubble and growth, and it became like extremely disgusting. I mean, this picture is from later, but I did the beard again in between. You can see the growth here, but like it's really cool the first day. So this was fun because it was for an event. So we went to the event. I had a perfectly white beard for that day. And then I was back to this basically 3 days later. So yeah, it's just bad. It's just bad. So I won't do it again. Same thing for the hairs, right? Doing white, having brown hair makes it extremely visible when it grows back. You can't really see it on stream, but like I already have black points, even though I like bleached on Tuesday. So yeah, weird things. Weird things. Also, Stony, I just was about to say, I just noticed, not exactly just noticed, but my stream is basically what I would love to have on that container, right? That effect. So you can see that I have like the border all around. Yeah, that's basically it. That's the idea. So kind of even border all around, and then I have the dock, but that doesn't exist for you. Yeah, that's the thing. When you start to get white-ish colors, the only option to get like a pretty cool transition between bleach is, I mean, if you want to not be blonde anymore, is to color your hair darker than your original color, so that the transition between is fine. But yeah, that's a weird thing. It is a weird thing. Okay, so that could work, but also it's weird. Fine. Yeah, not as bad as Beard We Rose. Also, why the fuck are you still awake, Beige? Yeah. I guess. I mean, that's some of the... Well, you know what? Let's go back here. That's some of the AR future potential that we could have. There is a lot of talk about AR fashion that we've been working on for a long time. I think if I... like there is a very specific artist that I'm following, or I've been following, who is very, very good at creating I forgot her name. Can I find her somewhere, somehow? Shit. Well, can't find it. No, can't find it. Anywho, but there is like an artist that is creating dresses and jackets and all things that are in VR, and there are some like really interesting potential in that department. But yeah. I mean, what we're waiting for in the AR world is Apple event to talk about their glasses and finally get the glasses out, because we know that they will probably get something in that department at some point. We are expecting it to be, we have been expecting it for like a long time, but if that happens, right, if we can finally get the Apple AR glasses, that basically mean that the rest of the world will adopt AR much faster than right now. And right, as always, when Apple do something, a lot of people are following, and a lot of smaller company or big company are just duplicating what Apple did, and that could be interesting in a lot of ways. But it still remain to be seen. Estonia, I like what you did right there. I don't really know how you did it, but I like what you did. It's that bottom right corner is a bit broken, but I know you know that. And no one can see what I'm talking about anyways. Yeah, that's good. That's a good rendering right there. No need for more. No need for more corner. You kind of need more corner radius, but it's fine. It's fine. I need the radius at the top and the radius at the bottom don't match. But anyways, going back to the AR fashion thingy, if that's a thing, the ability for people to get visually interesting AR fashion and AR hairstyles for everyone else to see, so everyone else who has the tech to see, is a potential. I don't think it will take as much as some people expect it to take, like to grab on, but it could be interesting for a while. I've been saying that for a long time, but I really think that the VR thing will not be as adopted as AR thing. So augmented reality is a much more viable thing for humans right now compared to fully VR world. So all the metaverse thing, I don't think will be like adopted that fast or that well, whereas AR, having the ability to just view more things all around you, could be, I don't know why I keep changing scene. I guess it's to show you the progress that Stony is making at the same time. But if you think about it, in terms of global warming and energy consumption and saving the planet overall, the advertising outside, the TVs, the screens, the lights, all of these things is consuming a huge amount of energy that shouldn't or could be avoided if we had lenses or glasses that are AR and that display the ads or the things in them rather than physically using energy. So basically, it's like instead of having a TV that is displaying an ad or a panel that is displaying an ad all day long and using that energy to power it up, it's just your phone or your glasses energy, which is like very small. So if you don't have your phone or your glasses on you, the outside world is like ad-free, which is pretty interesting. So if you think about like all the cyberpunk movies and all that, most of them have integrated AR elements rather than fully VR things. I mean, the fully VR ones are not so positive, and some of the AR one are more positive. I don't know, it's a bit of a weird thing. Right, that was a long derail for things. And yes, Goofy, these are real movies on that platform that I can click on and play. I don't want to, but I can. That corner just popped back in. Check that. So that's more VR than AR, but yeah, it depends. We could achieve this, but it's not as good. Well, no license right now because it's a testing, but yeah. The goal is to get, how can I say? The goal is to get like it to be a server that you own, like for your own content. So you buy DVDs and things, and then you make it available on your server, and it's for yourself alone. So right now, I'm seeing things that Stony have bought officially, and so it's not like a streaming service, and it's not supposed to be shared with people who don't have the licenses. So you are supposed to have bought a copy of the content that you have on your server anyways. This is French law that exists. I think it's the same for Stony, but yeah, not supposed, yes. So we are also a fair point. I don't think it would be like a beige in my dystopic views of that AR future. I don't see pop-up ads. I see the same type of displays, but virtually. So it doesn't take as much energy, and so if you don't look in that direction, you don't have the ads. Rather than a pop-up ad that you have on a website, for example, where you can't really get around it, like an ad on YouTube. You can't get around it really, unless you have an ad blocker. But my ideal thing is like changing or keeping the placement of the ads today, but replacing it with virtual versions of these ads. Yes, but I think overall it will consume less. And you could also blockchain, like clusterize the content, and making sure that everything that you have like around you is self-hosted to your devices. So let's say you have like a new iPhone with like 2 terabytes of capacity or whatever. It can save pinpoint location of some specific ads, and you know when you see it for the first time how long it needs to be stored. Like let's say the person who has the ads in this specific location has it for like a month, So basically, it caches it on your device, and so every time you go through, you see the same thing, and then when the validity period of that ad expire, it then refreshes on your cache, so it caches out from your device, and then you have it again, because people usually, I'm saying usually, are staying in the same environment for a long time. So when you live in a specific city, unless you're going on vacation every week, you shouldn't have so much issue on storing things locally and having subtle clusters for cities for these types of things. But as always, right, this is like a dystopic views and potential. We don't know if that will happen. I just think it would be better, energy-wise, to get these things that way. I don't know. Yeah, that's also true. So you did add a border, a black border around things, Stony? That's what you did? At least the resizing works. The scroll bar is a tad thick, but I guess that's in the settings. I don't know. Oh, you can't. My bad. You can't. You can't get a padding or margin thing on the content. Isn't that an option? Like just block margin things. Doesn't that work? You can tell me no. It's fine, but just weird. Yeah. Really? That feels weird. That feels like a weird thing that you're saying, because we can clip lots of things, and I mean, in my head, right? When you're on a website and you have a sidebar that is scrollable, it has like a clipping thing. It has like a very specific side, and it's clipped. So I have a feeling that clipping would be easier. But as always, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know shit, so I'm probably wrong. Can I do that? Should I do that? So I'm overexposing my forehead, that makes sense. But bitch, oh shit. Well, fine. That's kind of better. Not great though. It's not great. Anyways. Right, that is clipping right there, and it's clipping in the right way. Just the clipping paths need to have radiuses, but I think that's better, or easier at least, for you. I don't know. I might be wrong again. Might be wrong again. Yeah, that seems to work. I mean, to me, it seems to work. It's a bit... As in... Oh no, these can be changed later. Yes, these. I guess during my stream we are most likely going to go over the tiny details, visual details, to make sure that the things are looking pretty fine. Which I agree are kind of pointless if the main system isn't running. However, right now Stony has a pretty good overall system, and mostly what needs to be edited is or are the details here and there, and some pages behavior, as in most of it is good. The library works, like you can access, like all the pages, sub pages are working. It's good, but then everything in the dashboard, it needs some like work. There are some pages that are still empty, but the content is not there yet and not available yet. So what about a new logo? Yes, I talked about that multiple times, but Stony likes his logo, which I understand. He made it himself, so I mean, not made him. I forgot if it's you or Danik that made it, but anyways, it's been here for a while, so it needs to stay. You made it, yeah. I still have like a bit of an issue with it, but it is noisy. It is noisy. Anyway, I need to pee, so I'll be back in a second. I need to rehydrate twice, Maddie. That's what you said. Okay. Just so I can pee more. I get it. I get it. Also, Stony, I saw that you changed the padding on the main card. On the right side. You made it smaller at some point, and it fucks up the alignment. It's not a real issue, but it's just bothering my eyes at the moment. Oh, you increase the container around it. What? Alright. Yeah, okay. So it's basically right the same amount, but it's because, okay, fine. I get it. I get it. So it may be needing to be increased as well. By, I guess, the width of the scroll bar. I think that's the value that needs to be used here. That's 0. But yeah, it works. Holy fuck. Why? Why now? I don't know. Yeah, that doesn't work either, but I like to see the dance itself. It's pretty nice. One sec. Yeah. I got back on Tuesday morning. So basically a week ago. I'm not jet lagged. I wasn't really jet lagged per se. As in, I slept for most. Did I say 3 months? I stayed 3 months. Yes. I mean, basically, I stayed 86 days. Just 86 days. So, yeah. I could have stayed 4 more days if I wanted to, but then would have needed some specific things to go to the airport, and it would have been annoying and expensive. So, right. I prefer to go on Monday, then delays and all that, broke things. That's better, Stony. I appreciate that. It's still not equal, but it's better. But yeah, 3 months. The service that I used for housing, so the service apartments, was pretty expensive but very good. No, I can't. So I couldn't get a visa to stay longer from Japan because I was needing papers that are only here, and these papers, right, needs to be taken well, from my place, and so I couldn't get them. And basically, once you have a visa, like a working visa, to stay in the country, then you can renew it from the same country, because you technically are supposed to have a contract with a company where you will work with a company. And so if they don't really renew your visa, then the company will lose an employee, and so they don't like that. And so it's easier to renew things then. But if you're on a vacation, like for me, which is like a 90 days vacation, and then you say, well, I want to work there now. They say, well, you don't have the papers that you need to have. So you need to go back to your country to get the things that you need to then apply, and then we agree, and then you come back, and that's right. There is a working holiday thing, but you can't get it without the papers. So that's the one that I'm trying to get, that I will try to get soon-ish. I still need to figure out some stuff before I can decide on a lot of things. The main issue that I have with the working holiday visa is the is the planning needs to be made in advance, and I hate that. It's basically I need to explain to the embassy what I want to do for each month and where I want to stay and how much it will cost me, like which hotel I will stay at, what type of plane I will take, what is my path, plan, like directions, all that. And so it's annoying because the only thing that I want to do is stay in Tokyo, and so I can't say, well, I want to stay in Tokyo for a year. Right, that doesn't make sense. So I think what needs to happen is I need to really plan things and potentially do some like in between long stay. So basically say, well, I want to go to I don't know, Hiroshima, and I want to arrive in Tokyo, find a flat, stay there, then go to Hiroshima for like a week, come back, then travel to Sapporo, then come back. And so rather than saying, which is what people usually say, rather than saying, well, I want to travel along Japan and then come back to my original point and then fly away, and that will take a year, I kind of want to have like a central thing, but it's difficult to plan in advance. So, yeah. It is a thing in Asia, yes. It's a thing in Asia that I could do, but I think Japan is not, it is, but not like that exactly. So, yeah. Stony, I see tiny paddings, margin changes. That's kind of you're kind of struggling with the alignment. K in high. Well, go on in. How are you today? I don't have it on stream, so people can't see. I think now it's good. I think now it's aligned, but you will still change something, yeah, like this. It's fine. Don't worry about it. That's good. I take naps as well during the day anyways, so I'm still employed for some reason. Still don't understand why, but I'm still employed. But yeah, no, so I need to plan that working holiday visa thing a bit longer, and a bit longer, a bit in advance. And there are also a lot of other things that we haven't talked about and we won't talk about for a bit because it's not needed at that instant. But yeah, it's like until it's done, as I said, I think at the beginning of the week, I'm a big believer of the work silently thing. So I'm doing my stuff silently, and then when it's done, we will talk about it. Like when it's done. For these things like life goals and all that, I think it's better to not share them. Really, it's a bit of a weird thing. Some people say it's as soon as you share a good news or a bad news with someone, that same person will share it with someone else for sure. And so the fact of speaking about it will create either a bad thing or good thing. It depends on what it is. But some people will wish you to fail and some people will wish you to succeed. So, right, the least amount of people that you talk to about the things that you want to achieve, the more you are susceptible to achieve them in your own terms, rather than trying to like do it for someone else. I don't know. It's a bit of a weird thing. I know that some people also, and I'm not one of these, but some people are motivated by the fact that people are wishing them to fail in a way. But yeah. I don't know. Anyways, so for now, I'm working on my side of things, and then if it happens, we'll talk about it. And if it don't happen, you will never know. But yeah, so I basically, what I'm saying is I basically have 3 months to get that visa. That's what I'm giving myself, and I'm pretty happy. It's still uneven, but yeah. I can see difference. You basically have 24 on the left side, and you have 28 on the right side. But that's a detail. Also might be because of the background that I chose. So right, it looks aligned. Yeah, that's the thing. Fucking the AGS. You should have the access code. I think pretty simple. Anyways, that's pretty good overall. It just breaks. The container. Oh yeah, no, you can't do that, right? Because of that thing right here. That's so weird. Yeah. I don't get it. I don't get it. There are some issues here and there that I can't figure out how to work through. In a way, I need to punch in that camera. I feel like my face is too far away, and I think a zoom in could be better, but then I move a lot, so I don't know yet. I'm thinking about it. Stony, you should stop working on the background thing for a second. I have to think a bit. Just telling you that now, just in case I tell you you should go back to the original thing. Wait for a bit. I need to think before you do any changes. So, no, I know, but just in case, I don't want you to work for no reason. I mean, you can continue if you want, but maybe it's easier. I'm trying to grasp the placement of things and how you did it. So basically you have a background container or background div that is in the background, and then on top of that you have a content container that has the scroll bar on the far right and the content in the center, right? That's the ID, I guess. So it kind of works, but it has issues. Is your scroll bar a div? I can see the background right now. Is your scroll bar a div? Because if that's a div, then maybe... Okay, it's not. It's just a scroll bar with a background. Okay. Yeah. Can you put your scroll bar in a specific div? Is that an option? That's the thing that I was talking about earlier, right? Putting a scroll bar div underneath the scroll bar to push the content, rather than what you did with a secondary container. It feels weird to me to have like a separated background for the main content. I don't know why. There is like a weirdly happening thing in my head. So that's why I'm thinking right now, like the way that I would have built the thing is with a main content with scroll, which is composed of a left element that is containing everything and a right element that is just a slim bar specific for the scroll bar, and that thing would be fixed, that div would be fixed, and then the main content div in the center could have just a background assigned to it. That way you can have like even padding around things, and it feels easier to manage, but I'm scared that it is harder to get. Yeah, that's what I would love to avoid. I know that that's what you just did. But I don't see the have a good look. It's okay. Let me redo things. Have a good yoga thing. So let's do a very disgustingly made thing, right? Let's do red here. I know, I'm sorry. Let's do blue so that it burns your eyes. Right. Can I do salmon? Does salmon exist? Yes, salmon is better. So that we have, that's our content here, and then let me do that with orange here, and so that is my margin, I guess, right? That's what I was saying. So this is at 0 right here. This should be filling container. It's just a tiny thing. That stuff, let's say 1 rem. And then what I'm saying is I want another div on the other side that is I don't know, grass. Is grass a thing? No. Green, but green is disgustingly sad. And that would be just a div, right? It's my main. Okay, that's the build that I have in mind. I can't. Shit, my bad. The div at the side is to push the main scroll thingy for the scroll bar to be able to get the radius across everything. and get the scroll bar on top of the background with it's basically an empty div where there is nothing inside, but it's just to push the main content similarly to the margin, and then that entire thing can have like a margin bottom later, and that can be like displayed differently. So let's do that. All right, you get that. That could work. That could work. 1 second. And so the reason why I'm doing this is that way you can have your main content div, which is clipping. Oh, but that would be your issue, right? That's what you will be telling me. If I do this, if I build it this way, you can't scroll the content inside, right? You might be right here. You might be right. Right. If I do that, I make this clipping. Yeah, that might make an issue or create a bit of a problem. So, what are the red things? Are the red divs? Okay. So you can't use the main for the scroll if the content is there. Specifically, if it's clipping, you won't have the ability to do that. That's annoying. Can you... No, you can't. You can't do that. Ah, shit. Right? If you make the div on the far right, in position absolute, your main content will like stretch to fit the available space, right? And so the scroll bar will be underneath because of the way that it's built. So that's not good. Can you put padding on the background? I mean, can you push the background image inside of a div? No, you can't, right? That doesn't work. But it's applied as background image, right? It's not like a... Is it an image tag? I mean, if it's an image tag, then maybe. But... So if it's a real image... Ah, that pisses me off. Can't work. I need a thinking session. Right. So if I get that, zero, 0, and then we do 0, 16, right? No, that doesn't, no, it doesn't work. Something brain don't understand. Maybe you should revert. Maybe you should revert to what you had just before you tried this. I mean, the way that I have my thing in my head is a bit simpler, right? So if I get this to be 16, 16, 16, like this, that's my main container. With padding, in my head, it feels like it should be an easy task to get like a scroll bar thingy and place it inside. Right? Shit. My bad. It's a raid day. It's a raid day.
Raided my stream with 123 viewers.
Damn. Nutty, welcome on in. How are you? How have you been? How was your stream? I hope the you were looking at some retro game when I came in earlier. Jace, welcome on in. Caffeine Daydream, welcome on in.
CW is now following.
I hope you're good. I hope the stream was good. I know you need to rest, eat, sleep, all that. Take your time. If you don't want to stay, I understand it. And yeah, welcome on in. For anyone who doesn't know me, I'm AOA. I'm the helping designer. We're trying to figure something out in web design stuff. So if you want to stay, that's appreciated. If you need to raid and run, that's also appreciated. But yeah, for anyone who doesn't know Nutty, I mean, do you not know Nutty? Really? Really? Appreciate it. And Belle, welcome on in as well. It's been a while. Yeah, I mean, Nutty is just amazing in giving us all the thing that we need. I'm trying to get your Snapcam firewall thingy working. It's Mac is hard, PC is easier, but Mac is hard, so right, I need everything. But I appreciate all the videos. So yeah, Nutty is doing OBS help, stream help in general, also Gears reviews. Go check the YouTube channel, go check the Twitch channel. You can support them on Patreon now, so go on the Patreon if you want to have like some kind of widgets for OBS and alerts. That's pretty neat. And yeah. This is the stream. So everything that you will see here has been inspired and
is now following.
Basically helped by Nutty tutorials. So I that's why I'm subbed to Nutty. That's it. And yeah, right now we're trying to figure out some fucking ass thing in a container, and it's a bit annoying. But yeah, if you have any design question, if you are a streamer, if you are a designer, developer, whatever, you have a design question, feel free to ask, and I will do my best to help. That's what we do around here. So the premise of things, we have a website that has a main container, and the way that it's supposed to look is weirdly difficult to achieve in there for some reason. I don't understand, and so I'm trying to wrap my head around. Also, I just saw that we are at 69 viewers right now. Please, no one leave. We need to keep the 69 for at least a minute. I would love that. But yeah, thanks a lot for the 69 viewers. That's clean. That is nice. So I'm trying to figure out that thing, but it's not helping. Pokemon, hi. Thanks a lot for the first message from everyone. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the raid as well. That's the third raid of the day. That is a lot. But yeah.
Shelly Gulber is now following.
And also all the follows. G1 Crypto, UVCW, and Chilla takes a lot for the follows. Ghost Rider. Reader? Yeah. Thanks a lot for the follow as well. I appreciate it. I don't even know how much. Yeah, we are a small community here, so yeah. Follows are appreciated, as you can probably tell from this thing right there, which is tiny. That's better. That's more readable. Anyways, trying to figure out that bitch ass scroll bar thingy right here. Let's make that, I don't know, blue. That it's kind of visible. I appreciate it. This is the August. This is the August overlay. I used to change overlay every month. So if you go back in the VODs on the YouTube channel, you can see how it evolved-ish, change. Most of the time it is like a change of background or change of shapes. But this is the August overlay because August? Yeah, it was the August overlay, and then the September overlay was just moved to the Mac, so weird ass thing. But for this year, I don't know if I will do once a month. I think I will do once every 2 months or once every time I want to. And yeah, that's good. But this one, I do like this one. I do not like the fact that we are still on 1920 by 1080. That is not the resolution that I like. And it's, yeah, I don't know. I do like these rounded messages. I still think that this is cool. I, of course, really like the raid thing. The pill shape is really cool, but I don't know. I have it still not sure about the face in a rounded thing. right there. It's unsure. I mean, I like it. Maybe I need just to punch in on my face. That need to happen. Anyways, but yeah, if you need help with your overlay, we can go over things. I have some pre-made things available. However, they are still running OBS 27, so don't buy them right now. It's a bit not a good deal. I need to update them. To do that during the weekend, so maybe tomorrow I will find some time to do that, but I don't think so. But yeah, pre-made stuff with transition and all that. Some of them also have like an install of StreamerBot built in, which is cool, but not needed. You can, I mean, to be frank, the only two plugins that I'm using here are Move Transition and Stream Effects. Stream Effects only for the blur on the camera, that's it. And then, oh no, shader filter for the rounded corners, but that's it. Like Move Transition and shader filter are enough to get like a pretty cool looking stream. The main thing being the transition being as smooth as possible. I feel like makes the overlay more interesting. And then yeah, the rest is just like the logo behind my face right here is a scroll filter. The background is a browser source. The dock is a browser source, like stream element browser source. And then the capture of the Mac is just the capture card. Capture of the PC is just capturing the screen. So I don't know. It's pretty simple. We used to have a dark mode, light mode theme switch for the background as well, but it's broken at the moment. I need to fix that. But that's just StreamerBot. Nah. I think on the raid. I know it doesn't work. It still doesn't work. My bad. My bad. I said nothing. Forget about it. I said nothing. Going back to my struggle of a fucking scroll bar. Yeah, Stoney, I think that works better in a way. It's just annoying to get the corners that just go out of the content, and I guess that's why you added the border. But that's pissing me off. That's pissing me off. I don't know if I don't know. I don't know. Can you emulate a scroll bar on top of the content, even though it's not part of it? Like on top of the inner shadow that we had earlier? I don't want you to revert to everything because you did a lot, but... This is bothering me so much. Oh, that was a very French this. This looks pretty good. Yes, I agree. Just need the corners, but I would love to avoid adding a border on top of everything. I mean, a bottom border thingy. I would love to avoid that. But I mean, I get it. Can you? No, you can't. Yes, you can. Can you just add a corner radius to the content div? Is that an option? Can I make Can you make squares with inner radius? Why? You want one of these? My bad. You want one of these, right? That's the thing that you want. Yeah. So you basically want that. Right? Just want this. Nah, not giving you this. This is bad. This is a bad move. This is a bad move. This is a bad move. Holy shit, that's clean. Are these CSS divs? No, they are images, right? It will do the same thing. I hate this. I hate it. I hate it. Look at that thing. Ugh. Alright. Alright. Well, I mean, you can use that. Let me, what size do you want? Stony. Yeah, let me scale it to, I don't know, 100 by 100, and then you can rescale them whichever you want, right? That's a good base. Let me expand that so you have like a base thing. It's an SVG. I mean, you can export that as an SVG. You can just go into the file and just export that as an SVG. So that's corners. What do you mean? Can I turn that into shadow? What do you mean by shadow? Right there. I'm kind of scared. Ugh. I am. Oh no, I am disgusted by these. Oh, you want 4? So you want a 9 patch, basically. Right? You want that as an SVG? Right? Oh, no, can't do that. Can't do that because if you do that, you don't have the resizing option. Like here, for example, if I stretch, I will have like something weird. So you basically need the 4 corners separately, I think, to be able to get them properly. I mean, properly placed, but hate it. I hate it. I'm not trying to create a square core. I'm trying to get this section of the, not this, this section of the, at the bottom, right here. Let's see, can I find like a, I mean, you have something already that kind of works, Stony. I mean, at the bottom, right here, I don't know what you did, but basically getting this corner right there. No, I know. If I tell you what happened in my brain while we were talking about it, you will not like the ID. Yeah, no, you won't like that. What about no background at all? We just have a floating div in the center. Nope. It's not a good idea. I hate it. I hate the. Yeah, nah. I don't think you should use this. This is a debug thing. Never used it. Don't know what it is, but Stoney said it's a debug thing. So trust him. Trust him on that. I don't like the ID. I think we need to find a better option, Sony. I think it will break something. If you add like a patch, I mean specifically 4 patches, you will have to patch on top of the scroll bar on the top right and on top of the scroll bar on the bottom right. So I think that's a bad idea. Yeah, like this. I think that's a bad idea. You could. No, you can't. That doesn't work. Oh, fuck. I don't know. At this point, I do not know. I'm thinking getting a mask won't help. And performance-wise, it's not good. One of the options would be to get more, but that doesn't help at all. Fuck. Yeah. I mean the visual goal, right? The visual goal is this. What I want to achieve is that thing. So basically having my main container with the green, I mean now it's green because it's easier to see, but main container with the scroll here being the green thing, and then my scroll bar to be outside of it visually but still contained inside of that section. And we had a version of this earlier using like an inner shadow, and it kind of works. It fixes the issue. However, the inner shadow is overlapping the scroll bar, making it disappear. So we lose the scroll bar for no reason, but we get the card effect, and that's not enough. It's I don't know. Mint, hi, how are you? How have you been? It's been a while. I know that Spotify at some point had a thing where they had. No, I know that, bitch. Where they had like a different design, but then they changed it again. That scroll view thingy, right? It's changed so much. I don't know. I might have a screenshot of that somewhere. Give me a second. Might have. I shared a screenshot in my company saying, "You see, that's the design I was talking about that we should follow," and then they reverted. So kind of sad. Let me see. Can I find that fucking thing, please? That would be appreciated. But Mint, how are you? How have you been? It's been a while. Has been a while. What is that? Not much. No, Spotify made it inside. Weird. My bad. My bad. Damn it. All that for nothing. All that for nothing. Can go back. Did you create new icons? Could be interesting to see. Also, one of the reasons why I want the scroll bar to be outside of the main card is because the Mac scroll bar and the Windows 11 scroll bar are fine. They disappear when you are not hovering a specific section. However, the previous version of Windows, so Windows 10, and previously, if you still use them, they use these ugly ass scroll bars that just don't make sense. And if I put them outside of the frame, it's a bit better. Also, having a specific design for the scroll bars on Windows helps, but not exactly feasible. Stoney, you see my issue with the scroll thingy? I mean, with the placement of these things with the scroll bar. I mean, if you can't show them, don't show them. I appreciate you not getting fired, right? So please don't get fired. Bitch ass thing. I need to understand how we can do that. I'm sure you can have a scroll bar div on top of content. Do I like the current blur on the website? What blur are you talking about? here, that thing here at the bottom, or somewhere else? I do like blur on websites, yes. That's the thing. I might have clicked on the wrong thing right here. Also, it doesn't seem to let me click on stuff right there. I guess I broke something with the changes that we made. Oh yeah, something broke. It's fine. I like blur on a website most of the time. It's a good overall like layout thing. It just creates some depth, so I do like that. But yeah, the fuck was I about to say? Yeah, no, that basically. Let me. What I'm thinking about is this: you get your main content here, and so this would be, I don't know, in Splash, like whatever, right? And then you get a transparent thing right here on top of it. So let's do like a white thing at, I don't know, 10%, maybe. And then in here, you have your scroll bar right there. And so you just place them one on top of each other, but both need to scroll at the same pace. So basically, if this one has like a longer thing, if you scroll on top of this one, which is the top level DOM thingy, it scrolls the secondary thing as well. Does that make sense? I think that's the way to go, or the way to do it. You just have a container with just a scroll bar that is on top of the main container with the content, and both, like, they have like a pass-through scroll. Make sense? I don't know. I don't think it's the need for a custom scroll bar. I think it's just like a... Oli, hi, welcome on in. How are you? I put an H on your name again. Oli. I'm sorry. It's difficult. How are you? How have you been? I do have a Smurf head, yes. Stony renamed me Creative Smurf, which is kind of accurate. It is pretty blue. It's pretty blue today. So yeah, Stony, I don't know what if you think it's an idea, a potential, a thing, but it might work overall. I do be scared about the feasibility of this. I had some sad feeling in the beginning, and then I thought about it, and then I reminded myself about the amount that they bought it from, or for, of 20 billion with a B. And I said to myself, yeah, well, if I had a company and someone offered me 20 billion for the company, I would probably say yes, probably. So, right? And then after thinking, you wouldn't sell? I don't know. Brutal, hi, welcome on in. It's late for you. What are you doing awake? How have you been? How was your day? Yeah, you tell anything, yeah. So that was some of my first reaction, and then I thought about it, and because I've been like a designer for a long time, I've been watching the Adobe Max conference since they started it, and every time they are talking about like very interesting things that came into the Adobe Creative Suite, the CC thing, Creative Cloud, and so what I'm expecting is some integration with like I stopped watching around 2018 as well, but still, like the news and the AI thing, machine learning for After Effects and for all the things that they have is pretty impressive every time in the presentation as well. It's always a presentation, so it works. But yeah, it's I don't know what that fucking music is, but fine. And so what I'm expecting is more AI implementation in Figma itself, but also potentially getting some like integration or direct integration with After Effects, with Premiere, being able to do some exporting from one to the other, and for the two ecosystem to communicate properly. That's what I'm expecting. And also getting potentially the Adobe fonts integrated. It would probably be a subscription on top of everything, but for some designer that could be like game changer. So yeah, or Figma XD will be deprecated and it will be replaced by Figma. That's what they said. So, right, I'm expecting it to go down, but yeah. Why bad stream today? No reason. I'm expecting a good stream today as well, but it's just yesterday was great. So, right, sometimes the next one is shit. That's it. That's what happened. Stony, what's the behavior right there? That is the mod crew. But yeah, no, I do like overall. Okay, cool. Oh, like so. Okay. So you have it nested, unnested. Interesting. Right. I mean, if you can, and if it works, then yeah, try it out. Let's see if you can implement that. I don't know. I have no clue. Let me close that so I can see what you have. Yeah. But you still have this weird ass thing at the bottom that just pisses me off. It's such a subtle thing. But that little corner right here, that just... I hate it. I hate it. But it works. It works. But I can see it. That pisses me off. Anyways, so to answer the question, I think the Figma acquisition is not a good thing overall, but I'm expecting Figma to stay Figma for at least 3 years. I said 5 to 3 years when they bought it, so expecting the next 3 years to be like at least safe. and then they will implement some pricing changes and justify it with integrations. But if they don't, which could be nice, like other things that Adobe bought and then they stay the same, then maybe it's good, but I don't know. Only yes, I kind of had the background working, but not as we wanted it to work. Bento is the new Linktree, basically. It's a bit cleaner overall than Linktree, and you can do some stuff. I forgot if I have. Yeah. You can change how things look easily. You can have like a custom images here and there, and yeah. Right now I just have like a very, very, very simple layout, but I don't know. I feel like it's a nice overall idea of a Linktree thing, and it's cleaner, so I like it. But that's it. No, it's Stream Elements, and it's a /A. That is a vague question, Brutal. What are you trying to ask? It depends. As in the complete package of UX UI design work to learn? It depends. Yeah, so UI is okay. As long as you have eyes that works and that you understand visual hierarchy, UI is easy. UX, however, is a lot of rules and a lot of systems to learn, to understand, and to then apply, and to then break to create new system and new behaviors. The learning, the time that it will take you to learn either depends on you. But yeah. I mean, learning the mechanic of painting, you can. I mean, and Brutal, you know that because you draw thing. The more you draw, the better you get at drawing. But but it's it will take time. Can I explain that? I wouldn't say it's easy to learn. Yeah, so if you are more of a technical person, maybe UX research and all that is more interesting and easier to grasp and to learn, or faster at least. And then if you're more of a creative visual person, UI is easy to learn. However, as I always say, you can be a great UX designer with no UI skills. However, if you are only a great UI designer and you have no UX skills, you are a bad UI designer. So UX doesn't need UI, however UI needs UX to be good. So if you want to be a specialist UI designer, you need to understand the UX behind things, or else you will become just a pixel pusher, which is not the greatest thing. Figma is an easy-ish software. The basic is graspable in a day, basically, if you are like focused on it. The mastering of any software will take as much time as you need. I did Figma in 2 weeks, basically, for the 95% of the software understanding and making sure that I had the ability to work with it. Basically 2 weeks, and then it's been 4 years now. I've learned new things along the way, and there has been some updates. I would also point out something in that when I arrived in Figma in the beginning, it was in the beginning, and so there was a lot of things that didn't exist, and so the amount of features that I had to learn at that time was way less than the amount of features that we have today. So knowing that 2 weeks might be small now, and we might need 3 for the amount of new features that we have. There are other software that just came out that are still early and young, and so in there, if you learn them now, every time they have like an update, you don't need to relearn everything. You just need to relearn or to learn that new feature, not the whole package. So the earlier you get to a software, the easier it gets to get better at it with time and with updates. However, if you start now, you don't have, now is the smallest version of the software that it will be in the future. Get that? Right? So it will only grow, and they will only add new things to it. So the more, the earlier you get in there, the better. However, going back to what we talked about with Cat earlier, exactly, a grower, not a shower, indeed. What we were talking with Cat earlier is like, it depends on you, and I'm sorry, Cat. It is a bit. It's a bit of a longer stream. Yes, indeed. We are back in the regular time zone. So in the regular time zone, we had streams of 6 hours at some point, which I don't think I will do today, anyways. But right, that happened. It's more likely to have a 6-hour stream on the Friday than on the Monday. But I think when it happened, it was a Tuesday, so right, I needed to work the next day. It worked. Yeah, 6 hours was one of the longest one. I think it was like 5 hours and 50 minutes or something. But yeah, usually not. Anyways, I don't know. I don't know, Brutal, if UI UX is or would be a good thing for you. Like, you're trying to get away from your job. I get that, but is it the right path, I don't know. And the amount of learning that needs to happen for this specific job is huge if you need to be good fast. But if you just need like entry-level things, then basically a fat months should give you everything. Right? We do wait for 420 to raid, yes. And yeah, Ollie, we are back from Japan because the 3 months free visa ended. And I needed to come back. And so now I'm thinking about staying here for 3 months and then going back for 3 months in 3 months. Right this second, I mean, remotejob.io, remote.com, remote.co, we work remotely, remote jobs, like all these websites will give you a hint of some of the available remote job that you can do, and some of them are good, some of them are not good, right? That's always the case, but it's most of these websites are tech oriented, which, right, is interesting. If you want more of weird jobs, LinkedIn is a good place, as in you will find support jobs or helping jobs or consultancy jobs here and there. The website that I recommend most of the time is the 4 days a week. If you have never heard of this one, let me just give it to you again. But 4 days a week, even though there is not like a lot of jobs in there yet, you can find interesting things in there with company that has 4 days of 8 hours week with like 100% salary or 80% salary available, and that's pretty I don't use Cowork, but if someone needs, yes, please share. Right, I don't know, if you're looking for product design and shit, might find stuff in there. There is just 27 right now. Some of them have been posted a month ago or 2 months ago, so I guess they have someone now. But we never know, you can always apply for free. And yeah, what is interesting, right, for example, this thing, it's a project manager thing, it's a 4 days, but you are at 80%, so basically they just got rid of 1 day, so they got rid of 20% of your salary, and it's remote, UK only, but right, sometimes that can work out. But this website is pretty good, and you work just 4 days a week, and it has been shown to be good for people 4 days a week. So, right, that happens. I don't know. I was right. That's what happened. Anyways, this website is pretty good overall, and then, I mean, the amount of job boards that you can find, the amount of small jobs that you can do is huge. I mean, consultancy is, I don't know. yeah, I can't really explain it, but there is a lot of companies that are paying you for just getting, like, helping them understand what's not going right in their company. You need a bit of a track record of work in order to get that jobs type. But I mean, I did it for a month in a specific company. It worked, but it's like wasn't exactly my thing. But consultancy is has been a big thing for a long time now. So yeah. There is the I was about to say the TikTok trend. It's not a TikTok trend. There is a lot of people in my TikTok feed that are doing PA, so personal assistant jobs, having specific clients for managing their meetings, managing their time, and like basically taking call for them here and there. I mean, they are talking about making huge amount of money, working like 3 days a week. But it depends, right? It's also US based, so different type of audience and salary expectations. But I don't know. I do feel like if you really want to, if you if you really want to have your own company and do something, I think you can achieve it pretty easily. But I don't know. I've been thinking about building a thing for myself, having like some kind of freelance work, but I like can you send a link to that? I think you sent a link earlier, but I don't have it anymore. If you can like send a link again, I would like to check it out. Why the eyes, Holly? Which I don't know. You talked about it before, but what do you mean, me another web project, or you have another web project? Is that the thing? No. Yes? Yes. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, sorry. This is a very French stream now. With a croissant, with a very specific croissant. Yes, we talked about this before. I do remember that. And Oli, isn't it the Twitch overlay thingy, like for the chat and everything? No, that disappeared, right? Or that's still alive? I don't know. I forgot. So for anyone who doesn't know, I am a French person. And so from time to time, if you redeem the French, I take the French accent. So that's why I speak weirdly. I will come back to the regular accent later, but for now, because I have the French flag behind me, I need to speak French, right? I mean, not French, but just accented French. Right, everything. Hugo, about the croissant website. We talked about it before, right? it is not a normal accent. It is a very it is a very French sad accent. We talked about this before. I think your section could be bigger, tad bigger on the section. Like here, like taking a bit more height. A very weird accident, yes. I like the bottom section here. I like the preview, the masonry grid. I think it's cool. And I don't like these three sections. I think they are too crammed. So maybe getting them like double the size could help, because you have a big section here and then you have nothing, like small. You can always put more fonts. Jackson, hi, welcome on in. How are you? How have you been? It's been a bit. Cat, that is kind of true. Yes, that is kind of true. And brutal building websites. I mean, okay, let's not story time, but story time scene. Okay, let me be a non-designer, but to help you. Okay, if you want to build website for clients as a freelancer, you can easily find templates on stores, online stores, that give you access to pre-built templates of websites and website styles. So for example, a dashboard website or an e-commerce website. And you can find these templates and use them as your base, and then just change the logo, change the colors, and potentially change the content without having to change the layout of everything. You can buy these templates for €50, $50, whichever, right? Not very expensive, 50, 20, 16, depends. That can happen. It's easy to do. However, the type of work that you will provide is limited. But that's an option. You can always do that. You can always go to an online store like UI8.net and buy templates and then use them, because you bought them, you have the license, you can use them as many times as you want. It's free in a way, and that's an option to go on Fiverr and say, I will have like I don't know.
Figma Tellier just resubscribed for 8 months. Smiley face.
Figma Tellier, welcome back. How are you? How have you been? Thanks a lot for the resub for 8 months. I appreciate it. Oh, so Jackson, congrats. That is also good news. Very good news. Where is that? I forgot where you placed. Jeannie, hi, welcome on in. There are... Yes, you are not recommended on the front page, or less recommended to potential clients. I think that's the main repercussion. And I think if you don't deliver for a certain amount of time, and don't quote me on this, I don't know, I forgot, I've never been there, but you might be like not banned, but like kind of banned, kind of banned from the platform, or needing to get your shit together and then come back, things like this. So could That's the studio, Jackson? I guess. It's advertising. That's clean. That's interesting. I'm sure there are like a lot of stuff that are pretty cool in all that. It's cool. Congrats. And they have like big clients. That's neat. That is neat. That is neat. I appreciate you sharing. So yeah, repercussion, not really. But it's an option, right? You can always do things that you can basically automate. If you're someone who is good with Excel, I know that there are a lot of salespeople that would love to have someone clean up their files. Same thing for marketing, same thing for like a lot of CEOs. So you can do that if you're good with these softwares, but yeah, I don't know. It's cleaning your Figma file, for example. That's an option, but like people need helps in some sections. There are entire companies that I know that just make PowerPoints. That's their job. They do PowerPoints and they do cool PowerPoints. That happens. So finding a job, because the discussion is around this for Cat and Brutal, getting something that is like interesting-ish and new and accessible and easy to do. So if you know any of the 360 suite from Microsoft, and you know it well, you might be good for these types of jobs. I mean, right? You can be a streamer. You can do YouTube video if you want to. You could just record them and then have someone who edits them for you. I mean, there are a lot of possibilities out there, and if you really want to get like as I said, a digital online job, nowadays it feels like you can do whatever the fuck you want, and there will be an audience for it if you know how to market yourself properly. And I would say, by the way, Kat, you asked about where spending your time. Maybe getting a course on marketing, marketing yourself online today could be interesting. As an example, I know that in the referral thing, do I have this? I don't have it.
Diosleeskler is now following.
Diosleeks, thanks a lot for the follow. How are you? Who are you? How did you find the stream? If you came with the raid, yeah, appreciate you. But thanks a lot for the follow. I appreciate that. If you go on the Discord in the referral thing, I might have something, but I'm not seeing it right now. But right there might be things like, I don't know, some YouTuber that you follow may have like a free Skillshare thing, and you get like a free month, and in the 3 months you learn marketing skills for free. with a fake email, right? It works. I'm not saying, but I have a year subscription. I use it for 2 courses, and I'm still paying because I'm a dumbass, and I don't. Every time I think about it, I'm like, oh, you know what? I could do a Skillshare thing, and I don't do it, so I'm paying for nothing. It's fine. It's fine. But right, any YouTuber that you follow might have a Skillshare Skillshare sponsorship at some point. So, right. Yeah, no, I know they usually do that, but I don't use anything anyways, so what's the point? Like my latest discovery on TikTok has been a guy who is just eating food on a SpongeBob beach chair and a plastic table, right? And his reviews are amazing. The content is so easy to do. You just buy food, eat it, give you his feedback. That's it. So when you think about this as content creation and how much success he had on that specific thing, I do think you can do whatever the fuck you want. Yep, exactly. That's that guy. I mean, not really. There is no real luck in the type of success that you have. Like, if your content is good and that you are making the marketing effort to be discovered, I mean, you are discovered. That's it. I know that my stream is still small because I don't market myself enough. I should, but I'm lazy as fuck and I don't do it. But right, it's, if I was marketing myself a bit more, a bit better, doing the thing that I need to do, like having a schedule with content predefined, which is never the case because we do help, so help is undefined and like non-previsible. You can't plan someone coming in the stream and saying, oh, I need help with this. Like that's it's just help every time. So right, so I can't do that. And also me being like a designer streamer on a platform that is mainly on gaming is a bit harder, but because I talk about OBS and overlays, it's a tad bit easier from time to time. But still, I knew that if I did a bit more marketing on myself and on my channel, I would be bigger, potentially. I don't know at this point. Like I've been streaming for a bit more than 2 years now, and it should be bigger. For the content that I provide, it should be bigger, but I just don't fucking do that. It would be difficult, but yeah, I could. Maid outfit could happen. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, my niches in the thing that I like to do are eating cakes, so that can happen as well in a type of content. going on walks, which I know a lot of people who would probably love to discover the street of Paris or the street of Tokyo or the street of whichever city I'm in a walking environment. I know that there are a lot of streams that are silent streams with just like body cam, no speaking, and just cute music in the background, right? All that. And fart in a jar, yes. I have an NFT of fart in a jar that existed. I don't know. It's just weird. Yeah, right. What Oli said, like the way that you do this is just you need to go walk outside, and that takes time. But if it's an unedited 2 hours walk, for example, and then you just cut when there is like people that you don't want to show their faces, it can work. It can be a thing, but I don't know. I would say the variable of success on these type of things is like either you're doing the same thing as someone else, and for some reason you market yourself better and then you are more discovered, or you do the same type but you have a twist on the content, and that makes it more appealing for people, right? So you get you get more people to continue watching you, right? That's a thing. I don't know. By the way, I'm thinking about it because the chat is reminding me. If you're here and you enjoyed the stream, please click the follow button. That's appreciated. But yeah, just the Salah, hi, welcome on in. Thanks a lot for following 2 days ago. Yesterday after the raid, right? I think. No. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. We raided James yesterday, and you followed me. Thank you. I appreciate that. Nomadic. That seems like something that I know. I feel like I've seen that before. Yeah. Yeah. There are 40 minutes, 1 hour walk, 3 hour walk. I mean, that works. It's type of content that works, right? And Red Crypto, have a good rest of your day. Thanks a lot for being here. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot for lurking after the raid. And thanks a lot for the follow as well. And come back whenever. Take care of yourself. Sleep well if it's late. And we'll see you in the next one. I will probably end stream soon-ish. But yeah. Yeah, Salah, I have had this issue before on Twitch, where I followed the channel and then it get rid of it for some reason. I don't know. I don't know. I do need to rest as well. I'm thinking about like ending stream in the next 5 to 10 minutes. If you wanna stay for a raid, Brutal. If you have an ID, someone to raid, you know, all that. Let me check. I mean, you shall wait if you want to wait. I mean, Potpots is live, but she started late-ish. Maddie's live. That's why it's not talking. We could raid Maddie. That's a thing. That's a thing. Is CK live? CK is not live. Damn. Yeah, we could do that. Let's do that. You know what? Let's do that. That works. That does work. Stony, I'm sorry. I've seen you try a lot of things. Oh, the raid works now. The raid message works. I absolutely forgot that these two things were working. Yeah. Yeah, it's just the thumb that doesn't move through. Anywho. So yeah, grab the raid message and all that. I don't know what Maddie is doing today, but here we have a new raid message. That happens. If you enjoyed the stream, please click the follow button. That would be highly appreciated. So Maddie is usually doing some data science, data analyst things, kind of shit. I don't know how to explain. It's fun. It's cool. Fellow Europe person. And yeah, grab the raid message. That's also a thing. That's now I can do that. That's true. You can follow the socials. You can join the Discord if you want to. Yeah, whatever. As a reminder, I stream every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday at 4:30 p.m. UTC. I think it's 4:30. Maybe it's 5:30 now. I forgot. Around that time. And yeah, we'll be back on Monday, I guess. Take care of yourself. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, click the follow button. That's it. That's what you need. Use the raid message. All that. Alright, bye. See you soon.